What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I've got some more Entitled Parents stories for you, so let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into them. Entitled Parent calls me a junkie and tries to steal my life-saving medication. Just for reference, this just happened yesterday. I was on the bus heading home from the drugstore after re-upping my prescription. A bit of backstory, I am unfortunate enough to be HIV positive, and because of this, I have to take antiretroviral drugs every day, otherwise the virus will damage my immune system further. Because of what's been going on recently in this country, I've mainly been working from home. As a result, I have really fallen off when it comes to my appearance. On this particular day, I just had on some really baggy sweatpants and a janky hoodie, so I guess I could see how, from a certain perspective, I could look a little homeless. After a couple of minutes on the bus, I noticed this little kid staring at me, and I guess my appearance might have frightened him. But as a person of colour, I'm used to getting a couple of odd glances, so I just went back to minding my own business. At this point, I started to take my medication while on the bus, mainly because I didn't want to forget later. While this was happening, I got a sharp reminder that people were watching. Cue the entitled parent of the scared kid screaming at me. "How dare you? Do you people have no shame?" I was shocked. All I could say was, "What?" The entitled parent continues yelling. "What do you mean, what? Who do you think you are? Stop popping pills in front of my kid in a public place, you filthy junkie." At this point, I started getting mad. I held up the bottle and tried to explain that it wasn't what she thought it was. But before I could finish explaining, she tries to snatch the bottle while shrieking about how I am a leech to society. And how if I was raised right and had real parents, I wouldn't be a disgusting addict. That last one really made me pretty mad because both my parents worked really hard and are wonderful people. So I kinda lost it. What the F would you know about parenting? The day your kid moves out will be the happiest day of his life. By now, she'd completely forgotten about the drugs and straight up just launched herself at me on some Superman stuff and started clawing at my face. So boom, at this point the entitled parent and I had the attention of pretty much the entire bus, including the bus driver. Luckily, we soon came to a stop and the bus driver helped remove her and her kid from the bus, but not before yelling some questionable stuff on her way out. Well, what a start to the video. Tensions seem pretty high in this story, and yeah, I'm not surprised. Having to take tablets in this situation in public, it must be horrible because I assume this is not the first time this has happened to you. You know, if you're diabetic and you have to take insulin in public as a regular occurrence, it can't be nice having entitled people like this, you know, assuming that you're a druggie, a junkie. It's not very nice, is it? I think it's worth us all remembering that, you know, not all pills are bad. A lot of them actually save lives. Crazy, I know. It's almost as if there are doctors that prescribe them for you. But yeah, if we were all a little bit more intelligent, this would probably happen less. Moving on to our next story, have a look at this title, guys. Entitled Mum asked me to turn down the volume on a lawnmower. A little bit of context. I'm 14 years old and I have no way of making money other than mowing lawns. My local church's lawn is huge and they pay my dad around $6,000 to $10,000 a year to do it, and he pays me $8 an hour. So we mow the lawn there every week and it takes us about 2 to 3 hours each time. $6,000 to $10,000 a year for mowing a lawn. Wow. So we arrive at the church, lift up the deck and release the straps and everything to get the mower off the trailer, and I get to use the zero turn this time. Fast forward about an hour and a half. There's an entitled mum walking up. The church is next to a park. Could you turn down the volume of the mower, please? My son doesn't like it." Yes, that's right. She asked me to turn down the volume. Sorry, Mom, it doesn't work that way. You can't just turn down the volume because it's not a TV. Obviously, I knew what she meant, but if I turned it down, it'd take ages to do the lawn. Fine, then I'll just tell your father. Go right ahead. He'll tell you the exact same thing, except he'll make it a bigger problem for you. Fine. She didn't go to my father. She actually went back to the park and sat down with a terrible look on her face. Fast forward about 10 or so minutes, and the entitled mum was still fuming. She was walking over to me now. I was on the south field next to my dad's truck. She said to my dad, "Your son is driving like a maniac." No, I wasn't. "And he refuses to turn down the volume of the mower, and my son doesn't like loud noises." So my dad said, "Sorry, suck it up. He can't turn it down." He was using finger quotes. But what he can do is make it go slower, which makes it quieter. The entitled mum looks for a chance to cut him off and be right. "So the little idiot lied to me?" Well, yeah, but then it'd take us much longer to do our work. My dad then proceeds to grab the edger and walks off to the highway to edge, and I drive off to finish mowing. The entitled mum had walked away with a furious look in her eyes, but she couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie on this one, OP. I feel like here you're giving this entitled parent the benefit of the doubt. I reckon she genuinely didn't think that you couldn't just turn down the volume on a lawnmower, like a TV, as you say. I think she's just stupid. I'm sorry, from reading that, can you not agree? Like you say, obviously I knew what she meant. I don't think she meant like to go slower. I think she genuinely meant it's too loud, turn it down. Oh, just so stupid. Now moving on to our third story. Entitled mum waits until I go to the bathroom and then lets her kid eat all my food at a restaurant. Hey guys, so it's been quite a while since I posted here. I was in luck. No entitled parents in sight for so long. But it looks like my luck ran way out yesterday. Alright, let's dive into some context here. So, in my city, amid the whole pandemic, patio dining just started opening in restaurants. I've been super careful during this whole thing. Social distancing, the whole bit. Yesterday, I finally decided I wanted to go eat at a restaurant for the first time since March. And this one great restaurant near my house was doing patio dining. I show up and grab a table and place my order. Shortly after my food comes, an entitled mum and an entitled kid take a seat at the table nearest to me. I really needed to pee and I had a whole bunch of stuff with me. I'd been running some errands. So I turned to the entitled mum and asked if she would mind watching my stuff from her seat while I went to the bathroom. She was super sweet. "Oh, sure honey, go ahead." And then I went on my way. But then, oh lord, when I came back, I didn't even know what the heck I was looking at. There was the spawn of Satan sitting in my seat with his bare hands shoveling my food into his mouth. All of my bags were rummaged through and full of food from his dirty hands, and the entitled mum was just sitting at her table scrolling through her phone. Whoa, what the heck happened here? "Oh, hey sweetie, it looks like he took a real liking to your food. He just couldn't keep his paws off." Mom, we're in the middle of a pandemic and you don't know where I've been, and I don't know where your child's been. Yet you thought we could just share food? He's eaten almost all of it. And what about my stuff? Excuse me, you mangy tween. What does that even mean? I'm 19, by the way. I wasn't going to say anything, but you don't need to be eating all of that food unless you want to get fatter than you already are. I also don't like you implying that my baby has something. As for your stuff, he saw some stupid knickknacks you wanted to play with in there. What did you want me to do about it? Quit whining and eat the rest of your food. I don't know, maybe be a mother or something? Take care of your kid? Oof, I'm in no way overweight right now, but as someone who struggled hard with eating disorders in the past, I saw red. Oh, and those stupid knickknacks she mentioned? 90% of it were birthday presents for my mum, whose birthday is coming up next weekend. Ugh. Oh, and all the while, as we're arguing, the entitled kid is still eating. His mum and I start raising our voices when the manager finally comes out. "Thank God you're here. This mangy child is trying to take our food and our stuff right over here. I'd like you to call the police." The manager looked at the entitled mum and then back at me and then back at the mum. "Mom, I'm not sure if you're maybe not in the right mindset. You seem maybe a little unhinged, but I was actually here when this young lady came in and ordered. I actually brought her food out since we're understaffed. I mean, I surely could have mistaken you two if you weren't a hag, but unfortunately for you, he shrugs." At this point, a man arrives, our decent dad. I don't actually know for sure, but I'm assuming he showed up late to join the entitled mum and their kid for lunch after work because he was on a call still. He noticed the commotion, and with a "here we go again" look, he hung up and came over. I explained the whole situation to him, and the entitled mum gave her twisted side of the story. Now he immediately believed me, which makes me think that she's definitely pulled some BS like this before. Oh yeah, no doubt. Honey, let's just leave, please, come on. Yeah, you guys are definitely leaving, but you still have this young lady's meal to pay for, and whatever reimbursement is needed for these items you ruined. Unless you'd like the police to be involved. In your dreams, I'm not giving you or this child a penny. Let's go. She grabs the kid and starts leaving and motions for the dad to follow her. The decent dad really silently came up to me and the manager and started apologizing profusely and taking out money from his wallet to give to me. Here, please take this. I'm so sorry. Genuinely, I'm looking into a divorce currently with my lawyer, but she can't know about it just yet. Here, I'm really sorry about your stuff and your food. Please replace everything on me. I'm so sorry. He closed his wallet and left while still apologizing. I felt so bad for that guy. Jeez. I hope he gets out of that situation ASAP. Anyway, I think I found some comfort knowing that the entitled mum has a surprise divorce fastball heading her way. That's gonna be a fun time for the dad and pure amusement for little old me. Yo, forget the money for a second. I feel like this dad should invite you to the moment when he's gonna get a divorce with his wife. You know, break up with her and just, he's in the process of breaking up with her, getting that divorce, and from out of nowhere, you just step out of the corridor into the room. How amazing would that be? What a delicious treat that would be for this entitled mum. Just pure karma. Now, to be fair, like, this is kind of horrifying. Pandemic or not, going through someone else's food and just not stopping your kid from doing that, what sort of a mum is this? Again, I don't blame the kid because, you know, he sounds like he's a young guy, but the mum just sitting there scrolling through her phone thinking it's fine, saying, oh, there are just some knickknacks in your bag so my kid can go through it. Again, no logic here, but that's to be expected on this subreddit, I guess. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this entitled parent story. A bit more fun compared to yesterday's video. If you do want to go and watch it, it's on screen right now. I must say, as I say in the intro of that video, warning, it potentially could trigger some of you. Yeah, the themes that are in that video are kind of dark. Now, if you don't want to watch that one, don't worry. Just make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you never miss out on daily content. There'll be a video tomorrow, same time, same place, which you don't want to miss. So put your notifications on and I'll see you there.